Okay, so our first activity for today after our warm-up is 5.2, which is in your workbook on page 30, reflecting points on the coordinate plane, part 1. So we want to plot each point on the coordinate grid. I listed the points down here. They're also, again, in your workbook on page 30. You need to make sure that you have, or that you're doing this in your workbook. That way you have something to reference back to, okay? So let's start by plotting our points. A is at 1/2 4, so I'm going to go over 1/2 up 4, and I'm going to label that point A. Point B is at -4 5, so point B would be at -4 5. Point C is at 7 -2. Point D is at 6 0, and point E is at 0 -3. Okay, so we've done the first step. Plot each point on the coordinate grid. Awesome. Step 2, reflect each point over the x-axis and label the new points with a prime symbol. So remember that this right here is our x-axis. So we're going to be flipping horizontally over our x-axis. So let's start with A. A is at 1/2 4. So if this line right here is like our mirror, then we want point A to be the same distance away from the mirror, just on the opposite side of it, right, when we reflect. So instead of going over 1/2 up 4, I'm going to go over 1/2 down 4. So A prime will be right here. For B, we're at -4 5. So instead of going up 5, I'm going to go down 5. So I'm going to go over -4 and down to -5. So we can see that the distance is the same from the line of reflection. So here I'm 5 away. Here I'm also 5 away, just in the opposite direction. Okay. All right, let's do C. C is at 7 -2. So C prime is going to be at 7 +2. D is at 6 0. So that's on the mirror. So nothing is going to be reflected there. It's going to stay exactly where it is at 6 0, because it's 0 units away from the line of reflection. So its image is also going to be 0 units away from the line of reflection. And then finally, we have 0 -3. So instead of going down 3 from the line of reflection, I'm going to go up 3 from the line of reflection. Okay. Now I've plotted my points and I have reflected over the x-axis. So let's go ahead and look at this next section. Let's see. So if the point 1310 were reflected using the x-axis as the line of reflection, what would be the coordinates of its image? So remember, our x-axis is our horizontal axis. So if I'm at 1310, let's just say it's here, I know that my ordered pair is going to be on the opposite side of the line of reflection. So I'm still going to go over 13 units, but now instead of going up 10, I'm going to go down 10. So my new ordered pair would be 13 -10. Okay, 13 -20, I'm going to go over 13, down 20. So if I'm reflecting it over the x-axis, I'm still going to go over 13, but now I'm going to go up 20. 13 570, I'm still going to go over 13, but instead of going up 570, I'm going to go down 570. So we can see for all of these and for the previous slide that our x value is never changing. We're still going over the same distance on our x-axis. What changes is whether we go up or down. So it's our y value that's going to switch signs. Okay. So how can we easily find the coordinates of an image reflected over the x-axis? The ordered pair xy is going to become x -y, which means that our x stays the same. X stays the same, and our y value switches signs. So if it started out positive, now it's going to be negative. If it started out negative, now it's going to be positive. Again, that's because we want to be the same distance away from the x-axis for our image and our pre-image. So if we went up 20, now we're going to go down 20. If we went up 1,000, now we're going to go down 1,000. So our x value stays the same and our y value switches signs.